Hey, good morning, everyone. What's going on with gold? I'm looking at the news feed and I don't really see anything. Well, I haven't really looked at the gold market yet. So, what time did the drop start? Well, let's go in the room in a second. I'm just waiting for the stream. Here we go. Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. We're here at the 10-minute trades trade room. Thursday unemployment claims, Philly Fed. My name is Lee Goldstein, trading director at 10-minute trades. Please remember that all trades we discuss are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so trade carefully. Mark, yeah, I'm wondering if it's FOMC. It's probably FOMC related. It would definitely, well, this is not a family money trade anyway. Um, but I was working on an NQ setup that wasn't very good. It didn't work that well the last time I tried it. But it didn't test that badly. I'm going to take it, see if I can find it. You know, we were up late trading last night. I'm tired. I could not fall asleep. So we also have Philly Fed today also. And Philly Fed, I think it'll be up. Manufacturing. Philly is really active. That's the area that I live in. And there is so much building going on and tremendous. The biggest issue for Philly is the downtown retail from the protests last year. A lot of major companies didn't come back. They didn't. They didn't put their rebuild their stores. You know, I mean, like major companies. Apple did, but companies as big as Apple didn't. Some of them. So it looks the downtown, like the main downtown shopping is really bad. It's all boarded up, and yet there's tons of restaurants. Most of the restaurants survived, or the virus, or most of them rebuilt, or there's new ones. It's really strange how the downtown has responded to the crisis. Oh, Fred, that's good information because um, it makes a lot of sense that the NQ didn't work, except if Jobs is by itself. The problem is it isn't by itself very often, you know. So, do you want to email me your setup on what you're doing for the NQ after the news? I'll check it out. I'd like to check it out because this is not anything approaching a family money trade with gold. I mean, it's just not. So I mean, it is what it is. It's no big deal. I'm actually gonna watch. I was thinking of watching the ES this morning, but I think maybe I'll watch the NQ. Um, are you using a breakout to enter, Fred, or is it just a completely discretionary? Or are you doing just a completely discretionary trade? No, Mark, I don't even think this is a second account trade. I made my bad judgments this week, to be honest. I mean, the second account trades at a minimum this week are pretty much the ones that I said. Uh, Retail should have been traded, if not family money, definitely second account. FOMC should be traded second account. I can fix our DMM. I know exactly what to do to make it better. Um, and I've tested bonds. I think that it's possible if bonds are becoming more active. I have a setup for bonds on the FOMC that usually it won't fill, but if it does fill, it'll be a really good trade. Um, and then what was the other thing I was thinking? There was one other trade that I didn't trade. FOMC. Oh, and oil. I think oil sometimes gives you a gift, and you should take the gift when it gives it. And I think I know when it gives the gift. I think it can be traded at certain times, but not right now. It's not regularly tradable oil. I really don't trade discretionary. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I never was good at it because I was too impatient, emotional, revenge oriented. It's just not the way I trade. Oh, and the biggest judgment that I didn't do was using unattended mode for the bond trade. That I should have done too. But you know what? I'm going to go over all that in Friday's wrap up. We'll talk about it if people come to the wrap up. I don't know if people are interested in coming to a wrap up, but every Friday I'm going to start. I'm going to go over all the important trades and almost all of them that are on the schedule, and just talk about them. Ways to Lee's lessons, right? And yeah, and talk about the software a little bit, answer questions. I mean, think about it. Really, the trade room is our tech support. You know what I mean? So I want people to get more in the habit of asking questions in the trade room too. I don't know if Kershid is here today, but he asked about having his charts look like mine. And while I don't totally agree that you should do that, because I think everybody should have their own setup, I certainly would be happy to show him how to do it. And then he could use that as a baseline for adding other things that he likes to put on his charts. And I just have to bug people to use the website a little bit. There are some good videos, useful videos on the website that are very educational, and we don't charge. Even people that aren't members can just create a login, subscribe to the weekly market mover, the weekly schedule, and then you can access the videos. Because the whole idea with the videos, if someone's not a member, they can learn all about us by watching the videos. They can see what we do. So why put it behind a paywall? There's nothing I hate more than reading a magazine, a newspaper article online, and then they don't let you finish it because they want you to subscribe. There's just too many magazines to subscribe to. So there has to be a better way. There needs to be a Spotify for news. I guess Apple sort of has it, but I'm not in the Apple ecosphere. I'm on Android. And part of the problem too is we're all paying for way too many monthly subscriptions now. I mean, the companies, let's be honest, we thought we were getting a break when we got rid of cable. We didn't get a break. We got screwed because now there's 80 million separate streaming quote unquote cable systems, and it costs more, if not the same to get the same channels you used to want to get with cable. And what was worse than a cable company? Cable companies are the worst. They were the worst. I won't say what I do, but I don't need TV. I don't even have TV. I have ways around it. I don't need TV. The problem with TV is they're all so greedy. It's the greed that really bothers me. I don't mind paying for anything. I don't like greed. That's why I like us. I think our prices are really fair. And, I'm not going to say that. Um, no, I mean, our prices are fair. I see when I do the webinars with all the other companies, I can't believe the prices they charge for their education. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I didn't look at my account all 17.7. No, well, natural gas. We'll talk about natural gas later. Talk about natural gas later. I think the biggest judgment error I made this week, it's definitely really bothering me this week. I usually don't let judgment errors bother me. I usually do not let not taking a trade bother me. This week it bothers me because they were so easy. The trades were such easy winners. That's why it bothers me. So Philly Fed occasionally trades with Thursday claims. The last time that I was able to find was last month, not that long ago. And one of the issues is Philly Fed has not, see, it was early. Philly Fed is the report that comes out early. Remember, we were talking the other day in the trade room that there's a report that shows up on Forex Factory a minute early? Nope. Maybe it's not Philly Fed. It's not showing up on Forex Factory. In other words, I'm looking at Forex Factory at the time Philly Fed is showing up 8:30. So it's not Philly Fed. It's one of the manufacturing reports. And I'll check them all as we start doing them, as we continue to look at them. But no, it doesn't appear to be Philly Fed. In May, Philly Fed was weighed down. So maybe I'm going to be wrong about my forecast. The forecast is for a little bit lower today. Yeah, I know, Mark, but you know what? I wasn't thinking. I really wasn't thinking. I did it yesterday when I tested the New Zealand. I didn't trade it, but I set it up unattended, and it's a feature in the software that if I'm going to miss a trade room and it's a potentially, if it's a family money trade, I'm going to do it unattended. That's how I'm going to deal with it. That's what my plan's going to be. Well, my original my initial knee-jerk reaction when you said that, do unattended, my initial knee-jerk reaction was, oh, I don't trade unattended, it's too risky. And I mean, that really has been the way that I trade. I don't. But in thinking about it, it would have been just a really good lesson. We're willing to take lessons. Yeah, I agree, Mark. I don't beat myself up. Well, I swear I still can see the NQ dropping on the FOMC trade that I didn't take. Out of all of them, that's the one that bothers me the most. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. I was going to show us Philly Fed. So Philly Fed came out early, it looks like in May. So here's the news 30 seconds early, okay? Watch. Philly Fed's going to come out early, even before our brackets show up. Philly Fed is out. It's very negative, and it doesn't really appear to do much to the market. And that's problem number two. It's early and it has a low impact. Then we're filled before the jobless numbers even come out, and they're positive, and gold's going up as if it's responding to something else. Gold really looks like it's responding to something else. And especially today, with this very large move in gold pre-trade, I would probably not trade live. This is a trade that even if it works, I would have no thoughts one way or the other about not taking it. Is the NQ down 60 points? I guess the market really hates the FOMC. Markets are hating the FOMC. Let me set up today's DMM. Our normal DMM for this report is gold. Now, I'm going to say it again and again. This is not a family money trade. It's not a trade I'm trading. I'm not risking money on this trade today. It's a bracket of 8. That's our plan for the next however many months I want to do it. And it'll be up to my bosses and me. We'll make a decision. See, I think one of the issues with this trade is target 1 is a little big. What I would do to make this possibly a better working trade is add a contract to position 1 and bring the target down to 5 or 4 ticks. That's what I would do to deal with this particular report. The stop is 12. I also think I would not enter until 8:30. But since we're testing today, 8:29.59 right now, and I'm going to label it GC Thursday claims. That's what I call it. My boss screams at me when I send him the schedule and I write down Thursday claims. He hates calling it that. He likes to call it Thursday unemployment. No, he likes to call it unemployment claims. And technically, he's right. Now, somebody on YouTube gave us a like. How about giving us another couple of likes? You're out there. We're talking about event trading. You know, what reports are safe to trade. We made hundreds of dollars last night trading the Australia jobs report in 1 second. Those are the reports that we're trading, the ones that we think that we would trade our family's money on. Those are the reports we're looking at. Now, I am going to set up an NQ test on this, just out of curiosity. I'm going to use a bracket of 12. I'm going to use targets of 7 and 15. Sort of my favorite NQ targets. My stop is going to be 22. I'm going to go 20. NQ is extremely volatile. I would do the same thing. I would make my first target 2 contracts. That way, if you hit your target, you're going to have a shot of, making a little bit better than $20. Entry time is look at gold, 829. My notes say 59, so I'm going to go with that. And like I said, this is an NQ test that did not work the last time I tried it on this report. I believe that Philly Fed will come out early again. I think there's a good possibility. Let me record this. A lot of people on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Very often we do stream our really good trades also. We don't always trade when we're streaming. It's very important live. We always trade, but we don't always trade live. It's very important to understand for you, if you're watching us on YouTube, that we have a method and we often do a lot of testing in our trade room and tech support, but we test our trades for a variety of reasons. One, we want to see if they're becoming family money trades. And number two, if they're not, we want to see if they're good enough to trade in our other account. We do have two accounts that we trade. And today, look at the volatility. You might get a working trade on a gold retrace. In other words, if the news is bad, which I really don't expect bad news. I mean, I just don't. I don't know though. I mean, I'm just guessing. That's the truth. I don't have any special knowledge about what the news numbers are going to be. Normally, in the old days, before the past 6, 8, 9, 18 months, we used to be able to count on the direction gold would move from news events. We can't count on that anymore. This was June 3rd's Thursday unemployment claims. And it looks like we're putting it on at 59. That's what I wanted to check. 1 second before the news comes out. And the issue that we're having with this particular report and trade, too many fills in the wrong direction. So that would tell me that our bracket is not big enough or our time is wrong. But I think sometimes it can't be made good. Sometimes it's just an inconsistent event. And I'm becoming concerned about Thursday claims, and whatever news it trades with has become an inconsistent event. That's my concern. That's what I think. So look, we've got quite a few people watching us on YouTube. How about more of you give us a like? It really helps us if you like us. And why not sign up for our channel and hit that notification bell, and you'll know every single time we're going to stream. Like I said, we stream at least 4 times a week, and at least half of them are high quality trades and live. So you can really see what we do. Look at gold. I'm showing gold down $84. Now, this report is not important enough, I don't think, to overcome gold's trend. So, Mark, you might have a good opening trade this morning. It's sometimes a little bit difficult when, well, I mean 9:30 open. I mean 9:30 open. What are you calling the open? Chantal, I see you on YouTube. Um, when I say open, I'm talking 9:30. What I'm thinking, what's difficult about, oh, you mean gold, 820. Yeah, look, it was perfect. It was perfect today. Do you trade it like you trade oil, Mark? Is that what I'm thinking? You're trading it like you trade oil. I'm going to check our time sync. If you do trade it, you don't trade it as a squeeze play. See, it makes sense to trade it today. Yeah, you do it as a squeeze play. Today is a good day to do it, but you have no news results, so you just do the open. What do you use as your range? What do you use as your gold range? So we're just waiting now for the Thursday claims. I have an NQ test set up with a 12 tick bracket, targets of 7 and 15, and then our gold setup. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's a big down day, so it's worth taking a shot on the gold open. If gold is down $50, it's a good before the gold open at 820. I agree with you that it's a low risk trade. You could get stopped, but you could have a nice open like it did today. You can trade it as a range trade like we used to do the oil, and then it'll pull you in like we used to do the 9 o'clock oil at that time. That way, with like a range trade. So we're using a gold setup. My targets are smaller, 5 and 15 on the Thursday claims. Yeah, I think tick strike is great for discretionary trades. From what you're describing, it sounds like it's perfect. So you don't enter until tick strike starts going crazy? Is that one of your entry signals? Or will you use it to stay in? We got about a minute and a half to go. Yeah, I would have used the open today. I don't even think my mindset is not on discretionary trading. In the old days, I probably would have looked at the gold open. In my old trading days, before I was here. Because it's difficult to call like a last minute trade room, especially with the email difficulty. Email is a constant difficulty. People just constantly claiming they're not getting emails. And I know it's true because I sometimes don't get the emails I send myself. No, Mark, that's not it. I didn't convince myself that I wasn't good as a discretionary trader. Let's watch. All right, so we're going to have a gold bracket. I don't remember setting the gold bracket. I'm serious. I hope I did. So it filled us to the downside. I have the wrong bracket. I'm almost positive. I don't think I set my bracket. So I'm going to check my gold setup. Now, the NQ seemed to work today because it just went in one direction, but we don't see the numbers on investing.com, unfortunately. I had to refresh, which usually we don't have to do. The Philly Fed was slightly negative, not very much, and it's late. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. The job numbers were lousy. Philly Fed was lousy, and the NQ popped up. Okay, now again, you could just be getting a reversal trade there. Look, because you had a very big move down, and then news comes out, and sometimes it just creates a reversal. That happens. Let me check my gold setup. I do believe I had the wrong bracket, unfortunately. Yeah. No, I had the right bracket. It was a bracket of 8. So let's look at the video. Gold was just didn't work. It might be that 59 just is not the right time for gold. 51 second. It's too soon. The trade's filling before it's ready. I'd rather jump on a moving train on this news, meaning I'd rather trade it when it's already started moving, because I think we might have a better chance of having a good outcome if we trade it that way. Let's look at the video real quick, and we can see what I'm talking about. Give me a second. Thursday claims. Philly Fed. Let's look at the video. All right, so here's what happened. Watch the left side first. That'll be gold. So unfortunately, investing.com did not update. It's frustrating. There is another program that does. So the bracket looks like 3. Yeah, it's an 8-tick bracket. It was 30, and my orders were 10. So it was an 8-tick bracket. It fills short and goes 10 ticks, it looks like. I think if you use a 12-tick bracket on gold, you might not have enough profit. You'd have to sit. See there, if you had a 12-tick bracket, you'd have been filled long. But it just did not work with our setup. Setup is just not viable right now, which we know. So I mean, it's not like we're trading it and losing money. We're working on a better setup. But let's look at it one more time, and I want to show you what I mean. So it fills and goes through. Now, it goes through by a lot. In other words, it goes through by 1777.60, and it doesn't. It almost looks like it doesn't fill the order. No, it was being drawn as it was hitting that price level. I just really feel that our gold setup is not correct. It's just not correct. You definitely today, exactly what I was thinking might happen. You get a move up because the 12-tick bracket, maybe have to test and see. We just have to work on the setup. It's really just not correct for gold right now. just not correct. Now the NQ, we used a 12 tick bracket on the NQ, and it took a little while to fill. Not all that long. It was only 10 seconds. It filled. It hit the first two targets of 7 ticks right there. That's target 1. No, I guess that's target 2. It's target 2. So it hit 7 and 15. It hit 7 and 15. And it wasn't that fast of a move on the NQ today. So there would not have been a lot of slippage, in my opinion. Okay. All right, folks. So this is a setup that needs work. I mean, the NQ still has some promise, possibly. It still has some promise. But this is a setup that needs work. There's no question about it. So it's not a family money trade. It's not a family money trade. And you knew it was on the upside, Mark, because the arrow was up. Am I correct? All right, folks, I want to thank you on YouTube. Give us a like if you would. There's no shame in admitting that one of your setups needs work. That's why we're here. Testing. We didn't trade live money. We didn't lose money. We didn't make money. We didn't lose money. We're testing. We know the report needs work. The arrow was up. That's how you knew the direction. So there's no shame in working on your setups. That's part of trading. So I'm never embarrassed. And I never tell people I'm trading live when I'm not. I mean, we trade a lot live in the trade room, so it's not an issue. All right. Chantal, you could let your roommate know because I have to go. And folks, we'll be back at 10. We'll be back at 10. Mark, I'm trying to get it. But if I'm not trading discretionary, I don't want my boss to pay for it. You know? So I'll wait. I have to wait until I decide if I really want to use it. Although it can help you to stay in a news trade too. Yeah. So I'll talk to him about it. I will talk to him about it. All right, folks. I'll see everybody at 10. Thank you on YouTube for watching us. Give us a like. And for everybody in the trade room, I'll see you all at 10 for natural gas. Okay? So I'll see everybody later. What do you mean, not good time? Oh, you mean because it's natural gas? Yeah. Hey, Kershid, I have to go now. You're going to be at the natural gas room because I can show you the charts in the natural gas room. Okay, ask me when the trade's over. Okay? And I'll show you how to do the charts. It only takes 5 minutes. It's real easy. Okay, I'll do it with you after natural gas. Okay, folks, I'll see everybody at 10 o'clock. See you later.